I'm coming with you.
Did you bring your rollerblades?
I literally go nowhere without them.
Hello, friends. My name is Naz Perez, and you're watching the big ticket interview for probably the pinkest movie you'll ever see, and that is Barbie. I am so excited to talk to all you guys about this movie. As I was driving over here, I was thinking about like how Barbie has always had so much riding on her tiny shoulders. You know, she was like this blank canvas that we would project our hopes and dreams onto. And she was just like a best friend to so many people, like was and still is. She was my best friend. I hated humans growing up.
Wow. That's what you were thinking about in the car?
That's what I was thinking about in the car right over here. So that's why I think that the world is just so excited right now. You can feel the momentum and the energy that there is for this movie, because for the first time in 64 years, we finally get to meet Barbie in real life on the big screen because of this movie.
There she is.
And there she is.
She doesn't disappoint.
And our president Barbie.
And our president.
And our weird Barbie. And our favorite human ever.
Favorite human ever. I can't wait to dig into all of this. But Margot, I've been so lucky to have gotten to interview you like multiple times, and you've played such badass women, from Tanya Harding to Harley Quinn. So I was literally stunned when I heard you say they're never going to let us make this when you read the script. Now the tickets are on sale. Can you tell us why you thought that?
The script was, when I read it, I thought exactly that. I was like, this is genius, and they're never going to let us make it. What a shame. This is all going to go to waste. Just because I think it's a little more it's not just that the movie is unexpected. I think it's like Greta kind of pushes it in directions that I didn't think they would let us go in, and I think a big part of that was kind of acknowledging the things that people find problematic about Barbie, as well as the things that people love about Barbie, and to be able to do both whilst also kind of having a relevant conversation about where the world is at today, and then also be acknowledging like this long 60+ year history. Right. It's just a lot of things to do at once, and she does it so deftly, and ultimately the whole experience is still fun. Like, it's just so fun and weirdly emotional, and at the end of it all, you're not even really thinking about a doll, you're thinking about what it means to be alive in the world, and it gets unexpectedly deep. The reason I didn't think they'd let us make it, honestly, is because the Mattel CEO was like a main character. Mattel itself is a character, and I just thought they're never going to agree to this. And then there was a lot of jokes in there that I was like, they're not going to let us get away with that. but they did.
That's the genius of it. Like, I did not grow up with a strong feeling about Barbie. You know, I didn't necessarily feel, you know, like it resonated with me. I didn't feel like I belonged in the Barbie world, the Barbie universe. And when I heard that, you know, when Greta wanted me to read the script, I said, yes, of course, because it's Greta and it's Margot, and they're so smart and so interesting with incredible point of views. And that's why I said yes to like reading it. But by the time I was done with the script, Greta and Noah, because she wrote it with her partner, they took Barbie and they addressed so many of the positives and the not so positives of like what she's meant in culture, how she started as a revolution, but as time went on, not so much. Like, how do we bring Barbie into the 21st century and make her relevant, the standard of beauty and aspiration and the icon of a woman? How do we make that relevant to girls today who did not grow up seeing themselves represented in that story?
I love that you say that, because I don't know if you guys felt this way, but I felt like in movies growing up, a lot of the messaging I got was the cool girl with pretty clothes was always like dumb and mean. It was almost like because she was girly, she was excluded from being smart and driven. And I love that you mentioned like how Barbie was just represented and how people thought of her, because Barbie was used as a negative connotation back in the day. People would say, oh, she's such a Barbie. But there's a part of me that feels like after this movie, people are going to be saying, he's such a Ken. So I want to know, I want to ask all of you right now, what is a Ken? How does one spot a Ken?
That's so funny, because when we were like in prep for this movie, two of our wonderful producers, one of whom is also my husband, when David and Tom would like start talking about like Bitcoin or something, like Greta and I'd be like, they're being such Kens. They'd talk about golf, we're like, stop being Kens. So it's hard to define what makes a Ken, but there can also be big Ken energy, and that's a good thing.
Or as Ryan says, Kenergy.
Kenergy is, it's not something you can define, it's just something you can sense and you know it.
You can just feel it. How do you guys spot a Ken?
I think a Ken for me is just kind of there, you know? I think a Ken is a great accessory, but that's what I loved about, you know, Greta's imagining of Barbie, is that the Kens are just supplemental characters to these Barbies. While Barbies can do everything, Kens are there to kind of support and don't necessarily have their own story. And I think that's not necessarily a negative thing. I think it's incredibly strong for men to be in supportive roles and to support the greatness that is women/Barbie.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's like when I read the script, I was like, I actually went to college with Greta, you guys. So I know that she's like a
Share
genius.
mine.
Like I knew that even
Before
before
we did?
any of her
Well, Kate,
movies
you
came
used
out.
to do comedy shows with Greta Gerwig.
I
when you
did
were 18,
actually,
which
yes.
is so full circle.
I actually did. So I knew like how brilliant she was, and when I heard she was doing the Barbie movie, I was like, "What is this going to be?" But I knew it was going to be something, and then I read it, and it was like about how like gender roles deny people half their humanity, and how like we need to just like be ourselves, and it's like a very powerful message. And so like how you spot a Ken is just like everyone's themselves, you know.
Yeah, you know, everyone
I'm
is
thinking
themselves.
about that in the car.
Kate, I love it so much. My favorite, I can't wait to meet the Kens in this movie. I loved
They
Ken,
are
and my
hilarious.
favorite scene in the trailer is when the Kens are having a beach off. Issa, as President Barbie, what are the laws of Barbie Land? What are the rules of a beach off?
The rules of a beach off are that, you know, you got to just let the Kens go at it and kind of define it. Let them beach it all out. There are no beaches and beach offs. I think that, I think you should ask Ken this, honestly, because the president was a little too busy to deal with that in particular.
What are the biggest issues that President Barbie's facing right now?
You know, Barbie Land is perfect. So it's really just maintaining the order of perfection. Compliments are absolutely essential. We
Dance parties.
Every 90
lots
minutes.
of words. Yeah, every 90 minutes.
Love your Barbie friends.
Words of affirmation constantly. Everything was, universally free education, healthcare, everything signed into law. So
Are you taking any more citizens? Just asking for
Barbie Land is actually really
like, can I move
exclusive.
there?
Yeah.
I need health insurance. Hope this interview goes well. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, I can't wait to see all of Barbie Land. The sets just look insane. Can't wait to see more President Barbie. Issa, you are President Barbie to me. And like your scenes in Insecure and everything you've said to yourself in the mirror is just, I mean, it's inspired so many people to do the same. So I'm so happy you're President Barbie. I am equally as happy that you are Weird Barbie. Your involvement in this movie, Kate, is just the coolest. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks.
And I know that it's Weird Barbie that actually encourages Barbie to go out into the real world. But when I was thinking of your character in the car, I was thinking about how we used to do really weird stuff with our Barbies. Like sometimes playing with Barbies was like private time.
Yeah.
Like I would like make them kiss, cut their hair.
Yep.
If you played with Barbies growing up, what is the weirdest thing you did with your Barbies?
I didn't, but I witnessed my sister and her friends do some stuff with those Barbies, and I think we all did. And they're just it's imagination, and it's a way of expressing your innermost desires
Question.
and things that you're exploring about yourself and the world. And it's like it's a good tool for children to have.
It was also a tool.
You guys are so funny. It was also
It was like a tool of aggression too. Like my sister had a my size Barbie, and I don't know what it was, but because maybe it was like close to our size, we beat that Barbie up. I don't know what it is.
What's
like
my size Barbie?
My size Barbie was like
A big
Yeah, it's like
version?
a literal your size Barbie, and it was just like instead of a small.
I didn't know that
life size, it was, like,
existed.
Do you
your
think she was
life size.
lonely? Because she had no friends. She was
She had
really
no friends.
tough.
That's like everybody else was
Yeah.
miniature, and then it was like my size Barbie.
I love that you would use it as aggression. We're so weird as humans.
Yeah.
Speaking of
We are
humans,
so weird. That's something we said at the beginning, by the way. We're like, I think it was you, me, and Greta were like doing rehearsal one day, and we're like, isn't it so crazy that like humans are just so weird? They made a doll, and then they got mad at the doll.
Yeah.
We're not going, oh, here's the things that we should do better in the world. We're kind of like, you're doing this wrong, and you're doing this wrong, and you're doing this
so
wrong.
true.
It's a doll. It's a plastic doll, and we made it. But it's not our fault. It's a doll's fault.
Yeah.
No, we're rude as humans. America, I'm so excited you're playing a human in this because to me you are so human. You're so grounded in every role that you're in. So I think that that's really fun. I can't wait to see how humans and Barbies interact in this movie. And I really just can't wait to see Barbie in the real world. In 2015, Barbie the doll was given a flat foot and adjustable ankles. But until then, she had an arched foot, and the arched foot scene in the trailer sent the internet ablaze. So I feel it is my duty on behalf of Chrissy Teigen and society at large to ask you, Margot, about that arched foot
they
scene.
made my feet?
Were those your feet? How many takes? And were you propped onto something? Tell us.
It was
all.
probably about 8 takes. Wasn't that many. They are my feet. I walked up. We had little sticky bits on the floor for the like double-sided tape for the shoes so they wouldn't come off, so I could get my feet out of them. And I was holding onto like a bar, but that's it. I wasn't like a harness or anything like that. I just like walked up, kind of held onto the bar above camera.
What a perfect
stepped out.
arch. Wow.
Yeah.
And you were a dancer, right?
I did ballet when I was a kid.
So
that
she's
kind
got the
of.
arch.
Yeah.
But I hate it. I always try and do my own inserts. Like I don't like when I watch a movie and I know it's not my
That's not
hands.
my hand.
I hate that so much. I always say to the director, like, please let me do all my own things. I don't like it knowing that I didn't do it.
I love that you said that because I've talked to you before about movement, and I know that sometimes you channel animals for different roles. We talked about Nellie being an octopus. What did you channel plastic for?
You know what? The animals just weren't helpful when I was prepping Barbie. I tried and it just wasn't going anywhere. So I used archetypes instead. That was helpful.
I love that.
Yeah.
That scene was so insane that I was reading that searches for fluffy mules actually went up 115%. And I bring that up because Barbie and fashion are just so inextricably linked. Like clothes are such an important part to how we experience Barbie and put her in like different roles. I have friends that made different clothes for their Barbie. What is your most favorite thing that you wore in this movie? And if it was in the dance scene, I would love to hear more about that too.
I will say I got to wear this dress that was sort of inspired by like what would happen if you put your Barbie in a baby doll dress, like if you stole a dress from one of your like baby dolls from the 18th century and put it on a Barbie and then cut your Barbie's hair and drew on it. And I was like, I would wear this every day. I love this dress.
I love the marker on your face too. I can't wait to like see it in the movie.
And some epic boots with that dress too.
And some epic boots, yes.
That sounds pretty epic.
Without going too deep into what happens, I mean, the costume designer was phenomenal, and anytime I got to wear something from a particular era, but there was this cowboy outfit that I actually rocked with that I was like, ooh, these are like some nice little coochie cutters that I would wear in real life. So Barbie was really fashionable. So yeah, that little cowgirl outfit.
Yeah, I kind of like doing those. Like
I liked it.
I liked it
Shouldn't
too.
have liked it, but I liked
It's when the
it a lot.
Barbies are trying to appeal to the Kens for some sort of plan that we won't get into, but. Yeah, I liked it too. I felt really cute in that outfit. I was like, am I about feminist? Did I like wearing this?
No, Margot, do you have a favorite?
I got to wear so many great outfits. I think one of my favorites, just because it's like so precious and high maintenance and like funny, is when I'm kind of returning to Barbie Land from the real world and I have like a full matching like poofy skirt with the jacket and the thing underneath with the bow and a hat, and the hat's got a bow and she's got these cute little shoes on. And it's just so much. And then she has like a massive tantrum and it's just so ridiculous. And then by the end, she's like totally deflated and the jacket's off and the shoes are gone and she's just like a puddle on the floor.
I can't wait to see the looks in this movie. The sets, like everything is just so good. Before I leave, I wanted to ask you guys one more question. Barbie historically has really been the vehicle that we've been able to imagine ourselves in different roles, right? Whether that be like princess or president. And when the movie posters for this came out, people connected to them on a visceral level, putting themselves in the Barbie poster, labeling themselves as a certain type of Barbie. Personally, I would like to ask all four of you, what Barbie do you see yourself as right now, personally, in this phase in your life?
I think I was very like do it all Barbie, like I can do this and this, and like multitasking was such like a asset, and now I'm kind of like do it well Barbie. Like I kind of want to do less and just be better at those fewer things. So I'm now do it well Barbie, I would say.
For reasons that I won't get into now, I'm kayak Barbie.
That sounds incredible.
Yeah.
I want to buy
I'm
kayak.
gonna say this Barbie is on track Barbie. That's it. I'm just focused in a new, different way, and not worried about other directions. I'm just kind of linear in a good way.
Wow. And I still don't have an answer. No, I feel like, well, well, I'm not a Barbie. I'm a human.
Yeah.
And so, if, I guess I would be,
Well, we're all Barbie.
yeah. I think I guess the Barbie that maybe the goal before was like, be like everything to everyone Barbie. And now the goal is like, be everything to myself Barbie.
I love that.
I think you're an America Barbie.
I'm an America I'm Barbie America.
You are America.
Not the country, the
No.
you.
The me.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because Barbie has always been how we've all seen ourselves, and you guys have allowed so many people in our world, not in Barbie land, to see themselves. I mean, Margot, it's because of you and your production company, Lucky Chap, that we're even here, and your commitment to like telling female-focused stories. Issa, you've literally shifted culture and entertainment. You're always hiring people of color in film and TV. Kate, you were the first openly gay female on SNL. Like, America as a Latina, like, you have been everything to me. Like, you've always represented us. Si se puede is like such a mantra of mine from your movie, Gotta Kick It Up. So really, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for everything you do inside, outside of Barbie land. You guys are the best. And thank you guys so much for watching. Tickets to Barbie are on sale right now on Fandango.com. My name is Naz Perez, and sometimes I call myself TV host Barbie. Thank you guys so much.
Come on, Naz. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Sorry.
You have all the attributes of a Barbie.